Hi everyone, welcome to the first video of the course, and we will start with how to use the website. When you log in, you can see there's an overview, there's a dashboard where you can see your progress and the last video you watched and the next video you watch and the last 5 bookmarks. We will talk about how to access all this. But let's start with the overall structure. On the top you have the main topics, and then for each topic, when you click on it, you can find on the left side are subcategories, and then you can find all the videos there that are part of this topic. I would highly recommend following the structure of the website because all the knowledge is based on the knowledge before, and especially that's true for the basics and the pops, because everything that comes later will be based on the knowledge of those 2 chapters. So really don't jump ahead. You will not understand much if you didn't go through the fundamentals. The order is very important. There are 2 exceptions to this, and that is the VEX chapter. As you can see when you mouse over, this is an optional chapter. So feel free to maybe come back to that or, do it in between chapters. I would recommend doing it after POPs, not before, and we will talk a little bit about VEX in the basics chapters as well, but the VEX chapter goes deeper into it because people asked for it. And then I would say when it comes to RBDs, Flip and Pyro, this is where you can, loosen up the order a little bit if there's something that interests you a bit more, but again, make sure that you watch the basics and the POPs chapter before that. The menu bar, by the way, if you want a bit more space, you can just click here on this arrow that slides out, and then you have a bit more space. And let's actually have a look at a video. So of course you have the video naturally, and then you have the name, the length, and when it was recorded, and also which version of Houdini I used when I recorded it, which should always be mostly up to date. If there's anything that doesn't work, you can give me feedback, which we will talk about in a second. Then on the right side, you can see the topics so that you get an overview of what we're talking about. Everything that is in this kind of gray note shape, this is the idea, actually is the name of a particular node, so that it's easy for you to find the node we're talking about. And also, by the way, this is stuff that you can later use up here in the search that we will talk about as well. Now, when you watched a video, by the way, for 15 seconds, then you can see down here that this little eye here will get a little check mark, and that is what you see here with this little dot next to the video. If it's gray, it means you haven't watched this video yet. But when it's blue, that means you've already watched that video. That will give you a nice overview of what you've already covered and what's still ahead of you in this chapter. Now, if you want, you can click on the eye after you watched it, and then the video will be marked as not watched. So maybe that can help you to, remind yourself that you want to watch this video again. And of course, watched videos are then considered here in your progress bar. So this progress is referring to the watched videos. Now, besides the topics, there are also sometimes links, and those links are really handpicked by me, so they are usually very important and really helpful. It's not some random stuff, but I really made sure only the best stuff comes in here. And you can see all the videos that have those links with this little link icon next to the name, so that you don't have to click through all the videos. Just look at the little icon next to it to find those videos. Similarly, you can sometimes download files, like here, for example, the HIP file, and this is then marked with this little download icon next to the video. So all of this is marked already in the menu. Likewise, there's a nice function underneath that with personal notes. So here you can write in stuff that you want to remember for yourself. So like, this is cool, I don't know. And then automatically when you click somewhere, it will be saved. And you can see that you added a note to this video with this little note icon next to the name again, so that you have a good overview where there are important notes for yourself. If there is a video though that you find particularly interesting, you can even add a bookmark. So here you click on the bookmark icon, and then the little icon next to the video will turn into a little bookmark icon like here. And also you will find it in your user profile under bookmarks. And this way you can make sure that you can, really keep the most important videos for you in some place. And also, as we've seen on the dashboard, you will find at least the last 5 bookmarks that you saved for quick access. Talking about the profile area, here is actually also your profile. And what you can find here is your name, your username, and your password that you can change. And also here you will find all the invoices for the months you've already paid for. And here in the subscription area, you can subscribe, stop your subscription, or resubscribe. So keep in mind, whenever you stop your subscription, you will still keep access for the whole time that you already paid for. So even if you stop your subscription on the first day that you subscribed, of course you will still have access for the whole month. And if you stop your subscription, you can always resubscribe later on. So of course you do not have to create a new user just because you want to subscribe again. You can, subscribe and resubscribe and unsubscribe whenever you want. All of this is explained here. So you have here your expiry date. You see if your subscription is still running. So just read what's said here and it should be pretty self-explanatory. Now, I always try to keep the website up to date and constantly add new videos or update old ones with new information. And you can see that here on those new and update flags. So next to a video, sometimes there's update or new, and that obviously means that there is a new video or I updated an existing one. So maybe it's worth looking into it, even though you might already watched most of the videos of that chapter. By the way, there are sometimes those little orange dots next to the name of a chapter, and this also indicates that something has changed there. There's also next to the profile menu with the little bell icon here, a change log, where you can always see what has changed, what I have added or updated in the last couple of weeks and months, so that you're always up to date of the new things that have changed. Now, to keep the website up to date, I need a little bit of your help as well, because here those 5 stars here are a great way for me to figure out if there's something I need to improve. So please feel free to give feedback on the videos, and you can click on a star and then add an additional comment to it. So maybe this doesn't work or something, so that I can look into what has changed or maybe what I've missed. So I would really encourage you to help me out here with your feedback to make sure that I can constantly improve the website. So if there's anything that doesn't work or doesn't make sense, please feel free to give feedback to me. That's the only way for me to improve. And then finally, or almost finally, I want to talk about the search function, because this is something that is really important on the website. Up here you have a search bar, and this is actually a developed search bar by myself, so not those weird Google things. So you will actually find what you're looking for. So let's say you can't remember what an SDF was. You can just type it in, and then you will find all the videos where the term SDF comes up in the description, the name, or the topics. So this should really help you to find what you need. And in this case here, the first time I talk about it is in the basics video about volumes. So I would encourage you to actually use the search function. It's really helpful. Another cool thing about the website is all the videos are subtitled. So here you can open the caption function, and then you can see everything is subtitled, which isn't always 100% perfect, but it's pretty good. So those are the basics of the website. I hope it made sense and it's helpful to you. So thanks very much, and see you in the next videos. Cheers.